Hello everyone, welcome to the session. This is Ritula Anand and I'm your moderator for the session today. Today we have amongst us Kasturi Behera. She is an IIT Delhi and IIM graduate. And the focus of today's discussion will be how a management degree can enhance your job prospects after engineering. So Kasturi, over to you. Please introduce yourself briefly over here.
Hi, I'm Kasturi Behera. I'm from Bhubaneswar and I have done my BTech in Mechanical Engineering at IIT Delhi. I graduated from IIT Delhi in 2012, after which I have worked with Hindustan Coca Cola Beverages for 2 years as the production manager, post which I have pursued a postgraduate program in IIM Indore, and I graduated out of IIM Indore in 2016, and currently I am working with KPMG Management Consulting in strategy and operations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kasturi. You did your graduation from IIT Delhi. So, did you spend most of your time studying, or did you devote some time for extracurricular activities also?
Yeah, so I spent a considerable amount of time in studying for courses, but what I liked the most about academics at IIT Delhi was working on practical projects. For example, in one of our course projects, my team had made a chairlift out of scrap material. The joy of seeing it work and winning a prize was great. Apart from academics, I was active in the board for student welfare. I was one of the secretaries in board for student welfare, and I was the coordinator for the student mentorship program, where I try to ensure that the first year students get a good mentor and he or she is able to cope up with the IIT system. I also took part in street plays and stage plays, which were a lot of fun.
All right, Kasturi. So, some of our students here are MBA aspirants, and you also did MBA after engineering. So, did you always want to do it, or something led to it?
Yeah, so in my last year at IIT Delhi, I was quite unsure about what to do next. Should I do an MBA or should I start working? So I sat for placements and I got a job in Coca Cola. And I thought it's a fantastic opportunity for me to be a part of the leadership program where I would be exposed to sales, distribution, and the factory. So I decided to do a job for a couple of years and then decide if I still want to do an MBA. I worked at Coke for 2 years as a production manager in the Bangalore and Hyderabad plant. After working for 2 years, I realized that an MBA could help me broaden my horizons and it could help take me management roles in various companies, which is why I decided I should do an MBA right now.
All right, fair enough. So, how hard did you prepare for your MBA entrance, and what kind of time did you devote for it?
Yeah, so I had started preparing for MBA in my last year at IIT Delhi, in my fourth year. Seeing my friends prepare for CAT, I thought that I should start studying along with them. So we used to solve CAT papers every day and discuss doubts with each other. While working, it was quite difficult for me to prepare because of the work hours, for which I was required to do. I was not able to join an institute while working, so I used to solve as many papers before the exam. For a couple of months, I prepared and I gave these papers. Many of my friends had joined coaching during that time, but I really wish I had joined it too.
Okay, Kasturi. So, how is life at IIM, and how is it different from life at IIT?
Yeah, so life at IIM was very hectic, especially the first trimester where we were getting used to the case method of teaching. This required us to read 5 to 6 cases per day since we had marks for group discussion in every class. We had several pre-processes to take part in clubs and committees, which took a great deal of our time. I was selected in the marketing club and the rural marketing festival. In the first term, we had summer internship processes as well. So, preparation for the interviews was quite hectic too. Overall, it was hectic but a lot of fun because of the friends and because of the night outs I had a very memorable experience.
Kasturi, you are currently working with KPMG. How did you get a job with them, and how has been the experience so far?
Yes, so I got placed in KPMG in management consulting during my lateral placements. So in IIM Indore, we have a period in which we have lateral placements. It is mostly for people with work experience. In this, I sat for placements for KPMG and I got selected in the strategy and operations team. Now, my role at KPMG in management consulting consists of consulting clients to improve their revenue and increase their profitability. For preparing for KPMG, I solved cases from case in point and I discussed these cases with my friends. It has been a very good experience in KPMG. I've been trying to help clients, various companies with their top line and bottom line.
That's quite nice. Kasturi, we have a lot of people here who want to pursue MBA or are already pursuing MBA. So, what is your advice for students who want to do MBA after engineering or otherwise also?
I would suggest that if you want to pursue management roles after graduation, then please try to do an MBA within the first 2 years after graduation. The best time to prepare for CAT is your last year at engineering, probably, because you're still with the flow of learning and studying. So, I think that is one of the crucial years when you should start preparing. It is also the time when you get the maximum time to prepare and reflect what you really want to do. So, because while you're working, you might be very busy in your routine activities and you will not be able to give that much time. Having said that, it is good to work and experience to understand what you really want.
Thank you so much, Kasturi. Now, my next question is basically for students who are still in their engineering years and they don't know whether they want to pursue a management degree or not. What do you have to say for them?
So, for such students, I would say that please think about what you want to do. Uh, find out what your strengths are, what kind of work you'd want to pursue. Do you want to have a career in finance? Do you want a career in marketing? Or would you want to go for civil service? So, you could explore all of these opportunities by reading up and seeing what common interests you have with these fields. So I would say that try to introspect and find out what you really enjoy. Coming to the question how you should prepare for reading comprehension and quantitative, I would suggest that you pick up a book on previous year CAT solved papers. So for the last 8 to 10 years, you can find the PDF versions of CAT papers. So you start giving these answers and you start timing yourself. So the you should be able to crack a CAT by practicing and finding ways to solve these questions quickly. Reading comprehension, for improving your reading comprehension skills, I suggest you start reading frequently and you start reading quickly and you're able to understand the context. You should also underline the keywords in while you're reading comprehension because that will help you answer the questions when you read and you're still planning to do an MBA in India. I would say that you can go ahead and do it because you would be different from the rest and that will help you differentiate. So it will just add on to your strengths and it should not be your weakness. So if you are planning to do an MBA and you think that it is going to help you in your work, then I would suggest that you go ahead with it. Instead of IIM and XIMB, there are several other universities also which offer an MBA program. There is TIS, there is XLRI, there is NIRMA, there is Great Lakes. There are several opportunities
Answering to the
to do an
question,
MBA in India, which is how much of your university marks matter in all of these exams for to get into MBA, to get to do an MBA. I would say if you want to get into an IIM or an XLRI or an XIMB, your graduation marks are necessary. There you can go look up on their websites as to what is the selection criteria. So there are various selection criteria. One of them is CAT score. One is your marks in college, your school class 10 and class 12 marks, your personal interview score, and your group discussion score. In different colleges, different criteria is set. So I would suggest you go look up on the college, on the universities selection criteria. A lot of questions are about opportunities if you have worked in the IT sector and have done an MBA. So I would say that there are several companies which come on campus with in the IT sector as well. So there are consulting options in the IT sector after doing an MBA. So if you think that you're getting bored with an IT job and you would want to do an MBA, I would suggest to go ahead and do it because you will have better
Answering
opportunities.
Arshad's
After doing an
question
MBA.
that if he wants to open a startup, should he do an MBA? Well, MBA will get you exposed to many challenges. It will show you how to handle the finances of a company, how to do marketing, what kind of product or service you want to offer. Uh, it will give you courses in organization behavior as to how you should manage your company, how should you manage people from a behavior point of view, and it will teach you to work in groups, to take leadership in groups, and it will be a fantastic experience before having a startup. So if you want to pursue MBA abroad in a foreign university, then I would suggest you give GMAT or TOEFL. So GMAT is a paper which you give for American universities. After you get a GMAT score, you apply in universities like Stanford, Harvard, and so on and so forth. For people who do not want to pursue a full-time course in MBA, there are options for correspondence also. You can pursue a degree in MBA by enrolling into IGNOU, that is one of the options, or you can also go for an executive MBA, which is for 1 year. So I would like to answer the question, how important is it to have 2 years of work experience before doing an MBA? I would say it is not compulsory to have a 2 years work experience, because I know many people from my batch who have gone in fantastic companies, who were freshers right after their graduation. They have joined IIM Indore and they've gone into sales and marketing, to finance companies, to consulting. So 2 years of work experience is not compulsory. So you can find out various jobs which are open to freshers and for people with work experience. So for electrical, what I would say is that there are quite a lot of options to go and work in the technical field. If you want to grow in the company and take management decisions, then an MBA could help you take leadership positions in a electrical company as well.